Alright, you are welcome again. Let's take another question. We are treating remainder theorem under polynomials. Now let's take this. This question says find the value of a and b for which a polynomial p of x is equal to as cubed plus bs squared minus 3s minus 4 leaves a remainder 3x minus 32 when divided by s squared minus 3x plus 2. Okay, yes, this is what we're asked to solve. You see, find the value of a and b for which a polynomial p of x is equal to as cubed plus bs squared minus 3s minus 4 leaves a remainder 35x minus 32 when divided by s squared minus 3s plus 2. Yes, before we continue, please, if you have not subscribed, please do, okay? And then don't forget to click on the bell icon to turn on the notification so that you'll be notified whenever we upload a video. All right, now let's go. Let's take this question very carefully. Let's see what we can do. We say we should find the value of a and b. We should find the value of a and b. You know, when this function is being divided by s squared minus 3s plus 2, it leaves a remainder 35x minus 32. Okay, now what are we going to do? Please pay attention. We're going to pick our factor. Our factor is s squared minus 3s plus 2. So equate it to 0. So we're going to have s squared minus 3s plus 2 is equal to 0. Let's factorize this. Now, if you want to factorize this, we're going to ask yourself a question. What are the two numbers when you add them together? It's going to give you minus 3. When they multiply, they're going to give you plus 2. So the answer is minus 1 minus 2. So minus 1 minus 2 is minus 3. Minus 1 times minus 2 will give you what? Positive 2. So we're going to replace minus 3x with what? Minus 1x minus 2x. Okay, so we're going to write it like this: s squared minus x minus 2x plus 2 is equal to 0. From here, let's group it. Let's group it 2 by 2. We're going to have s squared minus x in bracket 2x plus x in bracket is equal to 0. Let's factor out x squared minus x. What do they have in common? X. So when you factor out x and x squared, you'll be left with x. Now have minus x. When you factor out x and minus x, you'll be left with what? Minus 1. So that when you say x times x to give you x squared, x times minus 1 to give you minus x. All right, now let's go. In minus 2x plus 2, what do they have in common? We have minus 2. Yeah, all right, now let's factor out minus 2 in minus 2x and then factor out minus 2 in 2. Now if you factor out minus 2 in 2x, you'll be left with x. Now factor out minus 2 in 2, you'll be left with minus 1. So that when you say minus 2 times x, it will give you minus 2x. When you say minus 2 times minus 1, it will give you plus 2. Alright, equal to 0. Alright, now when you look closely, you discover that we're having the same thing in our two brackets. Alright, now we're going to pick one and then pick the two values outside the bracket. Now let's go. We're going to have something like this: x minus 2. These are the two numbers outside the bracket, and then one of the numbers is in the bracket x plus x minus 1. Alright, now we are having x minus 2 in bracket s minus 1 in bracket is equal to 1. Now let's go. We're going to have x minus 2 is equal to 0, or x minus 1 is equal to 0, x is equal to 2, or x is equal to 1. Finally, we have gotten two values for x. X is equal to 2 and x is equal to what? 1. Now we're going to equate, we're going to use this value for our x. Alright, now we're going to have p of 2 is equal to our remainder 35x minus 32, and then p of 1 is equal to our remainder 35x minus 32. All right, now let's go. All right, we are having p of x, and then we have gotten values for x. So we're going to have p of, those are our values. Okay, now the first one, we're going to have p of 2. So in p of 2, we're going to have we're going to replace 2. We're going to replace x with 2 in anywhere it appears. All right, now let's go. Let me show you what I'm trying to say. We have p of 2. So in our function, wherever x appears, we're going to replace it with what? 2. Now we're going to have p of 2 is equal to a, open bracket, 2 raised to power 3 plus b open bracket 2 raised to the power 2 minus 3, open bracket 2 minus 4 is equal to, our remainder now is what? 35. In place of s, we replace it with what? 2 minus 32. Okay, now let's go. 2 raised to the power 3 is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. Now we have 8 in bracket plus 2 raised to the power 4, 2 raised to the power 2 is what? 4. So we have b times 4. Now minus, we have 3 times 2 to give us 6. So we have minus 6. Then minus 1 is equal to, we have 35 times 2 to give us 70 minus 32. Now let's go. We have 8 times 8 will give us 8a. B times 4 will give us 4b. Now minus 6 minus 4 will give us minus 10. Is equal to 70 minus 32. It will give us 38. So we'll be having 8a plus 4b minus 10 is equal to 38. Now let's go. We have 8a plus 4b is equal to 38. Let's take minus 10 to the other side to be plus 10. So we'll have 8a plus 4b is equal to 48. Okay, 8a plus 4b is equal to what? 48. Now let's call this equation 1. Now let's go. You know, our second value for x is what? 1. So we're going to have p of 1. So in a function, wherever x appears, we're going to replace it with this value for x, which is what? 1. We're going to have in a function a open bracket 1 raised to the power 3 plus b open bracket 1 raised to the power 2 minus 3 open bracket 1 minus 4 is equal to our remainder 35x minus 32. So in place of x, we're going to replace it with what? 1. So we're going to have 35 in open bracket 1 minus 32. All right. Now let's go. We're going to have 1 raised to the power 3 is 1. Okay. Plus b open bracket 1 raised to the power 2 is what? 1 minus 3 minus 3 times 1 will give us minus 3. Then we have minus 4 is equal to 35 times 1 will give us 35 minus 32. All right. Now let's go. We have 1 times a will give us a, and then b times 1 will give us b. Then we have minus 3 minus 4 will give us minus 7 is equal to 35 minus 32 will give us 3. So we're having a plus b is equal to 3. Now let's take 7 to the other side. We have plus 7. So we'll be having a plus b is equal to 3 plus 7 will give us 10. So we have arrived at another equation that says a plus b is equal to 10. Let's call this equation 2. Now we are having 8a plus 4b is equal to 48, our first equation, and then a plus b is equal to 10, our second equation. All right, before we continue to solve, I think we can still do something to our first equation. Let's reduce it to the lowest time. So what can we do? We're going to divide this. We're going to divide 2 by 4. So we're going to have 8a divided by 4 plus 4b divided by 4 is equal to 48 divided by 4. So we're going to have 2a plus b is equal to 12. All right. That is 8 divided by 4 will give you 2. 4 divided by 4 will give us 1. 48 divided by 4 will give us 12. So our first equation looks like this. 2a plus b is equal to 12. Equation 1. Now let's put together our new equation and then the second equation. We're going to have 2a plus b is equal to 12. And then second equation, a plus b is equal to 10. Now this is two linear equations and they are together. We can call it a simultaneous linear equation. Now how can we solve this? Let's solve this using elimination method. And then how can we do that? Now let's look at the terms. Which one will be very easy for us to eliminate? Now when you look closely, you discover that we can easily eliminate b. How can we do that? We'll ask ourselves the question, what can we perform to these two equations and then b will disappear? Now you discover that when you perform subtraction, b will disappear. We'll say equation 1 minus equation 2, b will go. Alright, now let's go. We're going to have 2a minus a will give us 1, and then b minus b will give us 0, and then 12 minus 10 will give us 2. So we're having a is equal to 2. So our value for a is what? 2. Now let's pick any of our equation and then insert our value for a, and then we'll solve for b. Let's pick equation 1. We're going to have equation 1 say 2a plus b is equal to 12. Now, where a, we have just solved for a, where our a is what? Is 2. So we're going to have 2, open bracket, in place of a, we'll replace it with 2, plus b is equal to 12. So we're going to have b is equal to 12. 2 times 2 will give you 4, right? So we're going to have b is equal to 12, take 4 to the other side to be minus 4. So b is equal to 8. All right, we have solved this, and then we obtain two values for a and b. A is equal to 2 and b is equal to 8. All right, now when we replace it with our original function, we're going to have 2x cubed plus 8x squared minus 3x minus 4. All right, thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to click the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on the notification. All right, thank you. Let's take another example.